lot of girls fear that. So
well, that's you know, why I wanted to do this podcast today, and why I try to share my experiences, even though it's extremely difficult for me, because I do have girls who are still in the industry reach out and say, wow, you're an inspiration to me. You know, you are right where I am now. You don't have to do any of this to make money anymore. You support yourself, like, you're doing great. So I think it's important for us to share this story to help, like you said, people who are still suffering, and also to help deter girls who are thinking about possibly putting themselves in that situation. One of the downfalls of the industry, as you mentioned, is agents, your manager. I've had quite a few bad experiences with agents and managers. Just, they're supposed to work for you, and they tell you that they work for you, but a lot of the pressures in the industry and the manipulation comes directly from the agents. I remember being flown out to LA for the first time, and as soon as I came, it was almost like instant. Now that I'm thinking about it with a mature mind and being an adult woman, I feel like I was being groomed from the minute that I landed in LA. They ask you before you join the industry, what are you comfortable doing? And you check off a little list for your agent, like, are you comfortable with blowjobs? Are you comfortable with boy-girl? Do you just want to do girl-girl? Will you do DPs? Will you do gangbangs? And so I remember only marking off, the first time I only marked off that I wanted to do girl-girl. The initial agent who I signed with wouldn't sign me if I was only doing girl-girl. So I was basically forced to do boy-girl. Yeah. I never checked off the boxes for doing DPs, gangbangs, any of that, like, drastic stuff. And I told my first agent, I will never do a gangbang. I will never do anal. I will never do any of that. And somehow, lo and behold, I end up doing all of it, because from the minute that I stepped off that plane and started talking to this man, he would say things like, oh, all the good sluts do gangbangs for cheap. The good sluts get fucked for $500. And they would really glamorize doing more for less money because that's what worked for them. So basically, in the porn industry, the agents don't care about the girls to a certain extent. They only care about pleasing the producers and the film companies, because then the film companies hire the girls from that specific agent more than the other ones. And that's what they care about, is having a good relationship with the production companies, the producers. So if the agent can get you to work for extremely cheap and do extreme acts, they're going to push you to do that. And these are 40, 50, 60-year-old men who have been working in this industry for 20 to 30 years. They know how to manipulate and twist up a young 18, 19, 20-year-old girl's mind to get her to do these things. And I've often said that the agents need to be completely eliminated if that industry is going to exist, because that's where I feel that I was pressured and put into situations that I didn't want to be in. I also have to say, and just take full responsibility here, I technically, in the situations that I'll talk about later in this episode, I never claim rape, I never claim any of that, because I technically never said no. Being young me, I felt like I wanted to please everyone. I felt like I wanted to make my agent happy. They told me I was going to be so good, I was going to be so great. I wanted to make the producers happy, I wanted to make the fans happy. I could be dying inside doing something, but I would have a smile on my face and say, thank you for the work, everyone. Like, I never said no. So no one is to blame for my experiences. I can't say that, and I'm not saying that. I never said no. So
it be hard to watch your cash when the bands keep dropping. Got the big Ford on me, so my pants keep falling. It be hard to understand because my jaw keep locked.